All right, here we go. 9/8 is your natural logs. Biggest thing is we talked about natural logs when we talked about the letter E. Remember that E is a number just like pi, and it will never be a variable after this point. By definition, because logs are exponents. So since logs are exponents, and this is a natural logs are exponents. So this means that this n is your exponent. So you can rewrite this and in exponential form. So this is your logarithm form, and it goes to your exponential form. So the first thing that we have here is that the base of a natural log is E. All right, so a lot of times they will not write anything there, but if there's nothing there, the natural log base is E. That is why it is, and I'm going to rewrite this also, is E is your base, your exponent was n, and then your answer is m. So just so you know, it's the same exact thing, but it's just rewritten. Also know that it says that ln of x is equal to log base e to the x. Alright? Alright, given these two things, y equals e to the x and y equals ln x, I want to know what these two are to each other. At this point, you might not be able to see what the answer is. So let's put this in logarithm form. All right, so in logarithm form, this would be ln, and logs are what? Exponent. So what's my exponent? X. And so this right here is, what goes here? Y. So ln y equals x. And this one is ln x equals y. So what are these two things? Close. Inverses. Inverses. Remember, x and y are switched. They are inverses. All right. All properties of logarithms in 9/6 apply to your natural logs. Alright, so all of this is going to look familiar. Alright, ln of 1. Put in ln1 in your calculator. What do you get? Remember, your ln1 or your ln is above your, or right below your log key. So you have here your ln. So I'm doing ln of 1 is 0. Hopefully that makes sense, because logs are exponents. So e to the 0 equals 1. Anything to the 0 is 1. So that's why it has to equal 0. The second property was, it says ln of e to the ex. So what is the answer here? If you don't see what it is, it's saying e to the what equals e to the x. So e to the what equals e to the x is right, x. So that is going to be x. Now, on your homework, you can always just simply throw that in. So if it was 9, if this was a 9 here, the answer would be 9, but you could throw in ln e to the 9th, and you're going to get 9. So you don't have to memorize that. You can simply just do it. ln of e to the 9 gives you 9. So just so you know, you can always just simply throw it in. All right. Logs are what? Exponents. So log logs are exponents. So since logs are exponents, when do we add our exponents? When we are what to our variable? What are we doing to our variable when we add exponents? So why do we add exponents here? Because we are multiplying. So you add exponents when you are multiplying the variables. So that means that this equals ln xy. When do you subtract exponents? When you're dividing variables is right. So when you divide your variables, so you have ln of x divided by y. Number 5 is my little guy, is my favorite property of them all. What can he do? He can jump down. Remember, he can jump down and he can jump up. So n log, or natural log of x is what he can equal. But remember, he can go up and he can go down. He can jump all around. And we have here 6. The last one I decided to make sure we write down is ln e. Does anybody remember what ln e equals? If not, let's put it in our calculator. Because if you ever have ln in something, you can just throw it in your calculator. That just plain old e is by your divided sign, just so you know if you want it. So ln of e, hopefully you get 1. All right. Example 1. Evaluate ln of 400. ln of 400. What do you think? How can we evaluate this? That is right. So to evaluate this, you would simply just throw it into your calculator. So throw that into your calculator. Make sure you know how and what you get. So you put in your calculator ln of 400. So you get 5.99. Very good. Example 2. Rewrite in logarithm form. Oops. And I have e to the third is approximately 20.1. So to rewrite this in logarithm form, remember e, you want to do the natural log. So you're going to say ln. And if you want, when you're rewriting it, if it helps you, put your base there of e. You don't have to, but you can put your base there. And logs are exponents. So my exponent goes there. So what goes here? 3, leaving us with 20.1 to go there. Yep. Example 3. Rewrite in exponential form. And we have ln of 225 is approximately 5.416. Exponential form, my base. What is my base? E, exponent, 5.416. And my answer, 225. Now, I will tell you, if you put in your calculator e to the 5.416 and you put enter, it should be approximately 225. Just so you know that this is a true, what you're writing is a true statement. If you put in your calculator ln of 225, you should get 5.416. It's just rewriting it. It's still the right, those are still correct things. All right, last example, example 4. $500 is invested at 7% compounded continuously. The question is, how many years will it take to be $1,000 in the account? And remember, there's no extra deposits, no withdrawals. They're just putting the money in and leaving it. The first thing we need to do is to remember what our compounded continuous formula is. So, A equals, anybody remember? PERT is right. P-E raised to the R-T. So now you just simply plug in what we have. $500 is invested. What is that? Which letter? P is right. So we have $500. And then we have E to the R. R is your rate. So what are we going to do for 7%? 0.07. And it says how many years. So that's our T. So we're going to leave T. Will it take to be... That's crazy. I don't know what that was. Will it take to be 1,000? Now, remember, they just kind of know, Facebook chat, is that what you said? That is kind of what it sounds like after you said that. What you have here is you want to get this by itself. So if you want this by itself, what are you going to do? We want this by itself so we can do the log. We want to get rid of the 500. Divide by 500. So we have 2 is equal to E to the 0.07t. Now that we have this isolated, now we can take the log of both sides. But remember, since we're dealing with E, we're going to use what log? The natural log is right. So we're going to do the ln of both sides. And my little guy can jump down. So we have ln of 2 is equal to your 0.07t ln E. What does ln E equal? 1. So that means we have ln 2 is equal to 0.07t. And I'm going to put the 1 there just for anybody that needs to know that that equaled 1. You don't need it, but I'm going to put it there. So now, how can I get rid of, or how can I get t by itself? Get rid of the 0.07. Divide by 0.07. Plug that into our calculator. So we have ln 2 divided by my 0.07. So t is going to be 9.9. So it's going to be approximately 10 years. And that's, yep, that's where I was going to end it. Yep. All right. Because I have to leave, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to, and I'm not leaving at this second, but since the next class is going to be watching this, I'm going to talk about a few things, so kind of bear with me. The first thing is your homework that you're going to get is going to be this packet. The first page, look at the first page, is you should be able to get done within the rest of the hour. All right, this is your homework. The second page is extra credit, and I know this part is going to be harder to read, but it's a half a point for each correct answer. So, and it says if you get X, to round it to the nearest hundredths. So, biggest thing is there are 30 problems, so your total extra credit could be 15 points. I will tell you, everyone should try to do this because half of these are very simple half points. Like, for instance, the first one, log of 10,000, all you have to do is put it in your calculator and take the log of 10,000. So you just throw these into your calculator. So some of these are very easy. I feel a lot of them should be. So that's your first thing that we have. So, and this is due on Monday. All right, so you have the weekend to do it. I will also tell you that I have already YouTubed, which I'm glad I did now because this weekend might be crazy. I have already YouTubed Chapter 9 review, and it's already loaded on YouTube. If any of you want the Chapter 1 review, it is up here on my little table, and it says Chapter 1 Review 1, and then if you want to YouTube this, you can YouTube it. This is Monday's homework. The reason why, if you feel you are struggling with this, that you might want to do this, is because this might help you to know how to do all of the problems on this. All right. Questions about anything so far? Also, hopefully you guys notice on the board, your test is, for right now, it's set for Thursday, the 3:15. On Wednesday is Pie Day, so if you guys want to have pizzas, bring $6. Bring $6 on Monday. If you forget it Monday, you can bring it Tuesday, but bring money for buying pizzas for Pie Day. And then we'll talk about buying pops or anything if you want to bring in pop, or if you want to bring your own in. All right. Other than that, I believe that's all my stuff. So have a great weekend to all of my students and do your homework, and I will talk to you guys on Monday, hopefully.